Our next speaker is Ashish, and he's going to be speaking about serverless architecture in Ruby.
Hello, everyone. Actually, I don't have the fancy slides, and it's a long time I'm getting on stage. Uh, Today, I want you guys to know about a new thing, a fancy thing called serverless architecture. Now, what is serverless architecture? So basically, what it is, I have a EC2 instance. So I make sure it has 8 GB RAM. So, because I get a lot of requests. But at nighttime, I don't get requests. So I am paying for 8 GB service all the time. But I don't want that. How do I save the cost? How do I save the cost? What I will do, at the time when I need the request, like I know when there are 100,000 requests, I don't need a DevOps guy to scale up my server. What I will do, I will create a Lambda function. So there's a new thing, AWS Lambda functions. You guys, some of you must have been experimenting with it. Although it does not support Ruby natively, so what serverless architecture does is, so let's say when I have the requests, that are a lot of requests, 100,000 requests, then it will scale up this function or my Lambda function automatically. And when there is no request, it will shut it down, and there will be no cost for it. So this thing is, right now, AWS Lambda supports Python, Node.js, Java, but how do I implement that using Ruby? Because I'm a Ruby developer, and I don't like Java. So how do I implement that? So there is a gem called Roomda gem. Although there's another library traveling Ruby, that is a tedious process. If you go by that, it will be difficult for you to get started. So there is a Roomda gem, which uses traveling Ruby and Node.js as a wrapper. And with the help of that, you can write your Lambda function. So let me describe a use case. So what would be the ideal use case? So I am an e-commerce store. I need a seller. So my seller is in China, doesn't understand English, and he needs to upload, let's say, 1 lakh or 100,000 images. So how will he do that? So I'll create a function where he just pastes the URL, my URL, and it will convert the image and then uploads into my S3 server so that all the tedious job I can do. He just have to replace the URL of the image. So I have made this small repository or a project where you can just get a URL. You can paste any image URL after that URL, the slash and that, and then it will convert that image into a specific size that you can define in your Lambda function dynamically. So all this is being done using Ruby, and it's around 40 lines of code using Node.js as a wrapper. So if any of you wants to learn more about Lambda function using Ruby, you can contact me, and I'll give you the GitHub repository. So yeah, that's a little bit overview of serverless architecture. Thank you, everyone.